Hey, what's going on, team? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions. Hope that you guys are all having a good Easter Sunday. I really do appreciate you guys taking time out of your Sunday and just joining us. I won't take too much of your guys' time. I just wanted to make sure that we prepare for the trading week. So if you guys are tuning on in for the first time, my name is Ricky. I upload new videos every single day, mainly about the stock market, but we do talk about cars and real estate as well. When it comes down to our Sunday Stock Talk, it's every single Sunday at 6:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time or Pacific Standard Time as of right now. We go ahead and we meet together, and just like this live stream, we break down the top stocks that our group members see value in. So if you're getting into the market and this is something that you would like to experience on a weekly basis, then again, all you literally have to do is destroy that like button and of course consider subscribing if you feel like we earn it. So I'm going to say what's up to everyone that's tuning on in. If you guys want to participate in today's live chat, just make sure that you comment on the live chat. You need to be signed in to your YouTube account so it pops up. So what's going on, Michael? What's going on, Tom, Ray, Stay Green, Mario, Brian? What's up? What's up? We got Sean. What's going on, guys? We got Adrian Martinez. Happy Easter. I like that. Take Fabian, Colin, is a KJ. There we go. Liliana. We got Jared. Games. What's up? What's up? We got Matt, Christian, Alexis, Olvin, Joaquin, Temkin 416. What's going on, guys? So again, I really do appreciate you guys joining us for especially on such a such a holiday. So I won't make it I won't take too much of your guys' time. Let's actually just dive right into it. One of the things that I did want to let you guys know is before we even start, at the end of this, if it is something that you want to partake in, we are running an Easter sale for our Learn, Plan, Profit 2.0 team. So again, if you've been waiting for a sale to join my team, that's the second link down below. It's $100 off. And also, fourth link in the description, all TechBuds apparel. You guys get free shirts with every order today. All you have to do is add it to your cart, and the shirt gets discounted for free. So one of the things that I quickly want to talk about is right now I was looking at the NASDAQ futures, and I posted it on my Instagram. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, it's actually in the description. NASDAQ market is down 1%, and that's actually pretty significant. So this means that TQQQ will be down if the market holds where it's at right now, 3 times that. So when the NASDAQ market or NASDAQ futures are down 1%, then that means that TQQQ will be down 3%. So based off of the current data that the NASDAQ market is telling us, it looks like we're going to be opening up right around that $45 price point. A question that a lot of people have been having is, are we going to be retracing back to that $40 or $38 level for TQQQ or for previous lows for the overall NASDAQ market? Right? The CPI data came out. It definitely was not great. It's the highest inflation rate that we've had in my lifetime, highest inflation we've had in the past 40 years. But as long as hopefully we can work towards that being the peak, hopefully we can make some steady progress moving forward. So, let's go ahead and just start breaking these down. So I want you guys to know that current market sentiment is bearish. Now, I view this as one of two things. If you're an investor, the way that I view this is sale. Sale, sale, sale. Like, there's no other way that you still want to watch your position size. You don't want to be impulsive and put yourself in a bad position. But think about it. Think about all the companies that you value. They're probably discounted right now. If your intention is not to sell anytime soon, right? If you're not day trading or a short-term swing trade, if you're here to invest, I view it as a sell. It doesn't mean that the market has to recover right away. But it's a simple question that you can ask yourself is, can you tolerate the time that it will take for the market to recover? And if your intention is to sell years from now, then I personally don't think it's, a horrible time to at least build that investing watch list, as the NASDAQ market is a little bit more in the red than it is in the green. It's not that the market has to recover right away, but again, it's something that as of right now is a little bit more on the cheaper side. With that being said, when it comes down to traders, you guys need to understand that if market direction is not in your favor or if the market's choppy, it makes it more difficult to day trade. This doesn't mean that it's impossible. It just means that it should encourage you to be more selective. So instead of trying to trade every single day, you guys know I always try to look out for you guys. Be selective. Ask yourself, are you actually seeing a true trade opportunity, or are you just choosing to wanting to trade because you can? And I think that's where you really need to limit yourself and hold yourself back. Discipline, structure, making sure that when you choose to trade, it's because it's an opportunity worth taking advantage of. So as of right now, NASDAQ market in the red. Let's go ahead and move on and start breaking these stocks down. So again, if you guys want me to break down your stock, let's just make sure that we share it in the live chat. So love that shirt. Thank you. I appreciate that. So again, this shirt's from TechBuds Apparel. You guys can get one of these shirts for free with any order. If you guys buy a mouse pad, add your favorite shirt and you get it for free today. That's at shoptechbuds.com. Just a little heads up on that. Let's go ahead and break this down. So we got SQ, of course. So SQ, also known as block now. It's no longer square, right? 4-hour time frame, very bearish. It looks like it's been trading below the moving average for quite some time. It pushed up with the rest of the market, and as the market is now pulling on back, then again, SQ continues to pull on back. One of the questions that I always like to ask myself is, first off, what's your intention? If your intention is to invest, then, it makes sense on why you're trying to buy the dip, but one of the things that you need to also understand is that direction has not been in your favor probably for the past year when it comes down to square, right? Or when it comes down to SQ. It's been very bearish, very consistently selling off. Yes, it's very cheap, but I just would hate for you to buy and then it just continues to sell off. So if you decide to buy in early, and again, if your intention is not to sell anytime soon, then just make sure that you do it with a dollar amount that you can tolerate, right? Knowing that it doesn't have to recover right away, it most likely won't, and you can always average up into your position, especially when direction is so unclear. I'd be pretty careful with this one, and if it begins to recover, set those alerts, and then know when to step on the gas. So are you more bearish or bullish this week? Well, I'm nothing right now, right? But where do I mean, based off of NASDAQ futures right now, I would say that the market looks more bearish than it does bullish. You do your own due diligence. You guys can look at NASDAQ futures right now, and they're in the red. And they're in the red quite a bit, pretty significant. So let's go ahead and go to SOXL. So again, we're going to be breaking down 10 different stocks. So if you guys want me to break down your stock, first, smash that like button, and second, share it in the live chat. So SOXL, very consistently bearish. It's been selling off based off of its previous high of $74. I forgot what the inverse of this one was or is. But as of right now, very bearish, consistently selling off on the 4-hour time frame. We might be able to see it a little bit more clear. I personally, this is just my style of trading. I don't like to overcomplicate it. I don't like to overthink it. If direction is not in my favor, if it's selling off, I always tell myself, do yourself a favor and just don't trade it. It's not, you could have made money maybe on this like short-term rally. If you like those trades, that's up to you. It's not that it's easier, right? Well, it's not that it's easy, but it's easier when direction is in your favor. As of right now, SOXL is super bearish. Just look at it for the past year, right? Since the beginning of this year, it's been selling off, lower highs, lower lows, and consistently. Why would you put yourself in an unfortunate position like that, right? It's a triple leverage ETF. It's not looking like it's getting any better. It's retesting previous lows. It's not worth it for me. You can set an alert, and if it begins to indicate signs of recovery, then maybe then you can choose to average up into that position. But as of right now, I just wouldn't care too much about it. What's going on, Justin Kenny, my boy? How you doing? So ULTA, I like that, ULTA. So this is ULTA, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, there it goes. Who would have thought, right? ULTA, that beauty store, right? Probably your girlfriend shops there. Higher highs and higher lows, consistent. It's bullish. Let me say this. Is this a stock that is consistently, or is this a stock that offers huge margin, huge ROI? No, not necessarily, right? We're approaching previous highs. It's a little bit more on the overbought side. I wouldn't view this as a great deal, but it's bullish, and it's bullish during a very uncertain time. I think that's something to note of this stock, that even during uncertain times, this company itself has been able to perform exceptionally well. And that I think very admirable, right? This was the pullback that we experienced, if I'm not mistaken, during COVID, and we have made a steady recovery since then. Let's actually look at the percentage growth. Yep, 234%. I remember going to the beauty store, I don't know about you guys, with my girlfriend, and I've been to these stores. How cool is that though, right? You go to these stores, you don't even know that they're publicly traded. I can almost reassure you, ask your girlfriend or your significant other if they wear makeup. Do they shop at ULTA? And it's insane, right? And this is a mistake that I make often as well, is sometimes I feel like our generation is so caught up in only investing in innovative companies, in companies like EV, tech, AI, stuff like that. Yet there's companies that have been well established and are just killing it. So, I think this is very eye-opening, that not only do you want to go for those innovative companies, but sometimes consistency outweighs almost everything else. So great pick, Kenny. The only thing with this, or Justin, the only thing with this, it's a little bit more on the overbought side. Definitely, still bullish, just not much margin, right? So I would view this to be more of an investment, a long-term play. Definitely not so much of a day trade, at least not for myself. So, all right. So let's go ahead and just break down Rivian, because I don't want it to get spammed like that. All right. So Rivian, consistently bearish. You guys know how I feel about EV companies. I feel like every EV company out there always tries to compare themselves, obviously, to Tesla. They never follow through with their expectations. They never follow through with any of their deliverables. In no way, right? They are years behind Tesla. And even Tesla now, again, if you think about it, other than having Elon, Tesla as a company now still has its struggles, right? Yes, they are progressing in a very rapid rate, but these companies are so far behind. I think that these can potentially be long-term investments, but just like Nikola, just like Lucid, just like NIO, and just like Rivian, they're wannabe Tesla companies, is how I view them. They have a lot to prove, and none of them have ever followed through with proper performance. So, I would view this kind of like a high risk, high reward type of investment. But as of right now, I'm going to keep it very short and sweet. It's not trading above the moving average. It's making lower highs, lower lows. I say let it bleed. The more it sells off, the cheaper I can get it for. And then when it does begin to indicate signs of a recovery, then that's when I can choose to follow up with it and actually take action. But as of right now, why overcomplicate it? Let it bleed. The more it bleeds, the cheaper it'll be, the better it is for us. So let's move on from that one. We got IMPP. What's up? What's up? I did hear about this one. Yeah, it was petrol, 14%. So, yeah, it looks like, in my opinion, this looks like some form of manipulation. Volume just really picked up out of nowhere to highs of $1.57, and then looks like it. Yeah, so it hit highs of 157, and then retraced right on back. Just based off of its overall performance, I don't see this hype ever lasting, right? Even if it does pump up, if those are the type of trades that you want to take, I view these as high risk, high reward, short-lived trades. These are not something that you want to get caught holding, and then all it does is sell off for the remainder of the life of the stock, right? You can tell it had no volume, and then all of a sudden, look at the volume bars right here. Obvious signs of manipulation, and the same thing is happening now based off of recent patterns. There's nothing wrong with trading these. That's not what I'm here to say. I know that there's a lot of different ways on how to make money in the market. I just want you to be aware of when things are getting manipulated, because people will feed you the idea that they're not getting manipulated, that it's normal. This is not normal. Don't sell yourself that fallacy of this stock. It's very easy to see. There's hype, there's momentum. You can either take advantage of it, be very effective with your exit and or where you manage your risk. and then move on to the next one. If you suck at risk management, I would not trade any of these pump and dumps. So, all right, let's see who else puts it in the ticker call out format. All right, let's break down LULU. So LULU's definitely was a really strong performing stock, and then all of a sudden it really began to not perform as well as it was before, right? So this is a company that did very, very well during the pandemic. Even after they sold off to lows of 128, they hit highs of 485. They pulled on back, right, to lows of sub $300. Began to trade above the moving average, actually indicating signs of an uptrend. So we're going to go to the 4-hour time frame. We could see that it's now trying to indicate signs of a reversal. I would look out to see if, it's barely began to trade above the moving average. What has it been? 2 weeks? It's great to see that. But again, we can't be surprised if this thing pulls back, right? In a couple of days, it's either going to try to retrace back to the EMA and or retrace back to the moving average. Let's see. Let's see if it can hold and make higher lows. If you're part of my Learn Plan Profit group, you know exactly what we're talking about. Literally doing the exact opposite of what it was doing when it was trading below the moving average. Now that we're trading above it, I want it to see and actually make these higher lows and higher highs. So very excited to follow up with it, and would love to see Lululemon return back to that nearly $500 trading price point. So, all right, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. So BP. All right, let's go ahead and break this one down. Again, if I'm breaking down your stock, make sure you smash that like button. BPT, very consistent, very bullish. Again, pretty admirable, right? 1 hour time frame. I can tell right away that this has very low volume. Because of that, I personally would not trade it myself. Just a little heads up. Let's see what the upside margin is, right? Risk to reward ratios could definitely be there. Looks like it's trying to find its support at the moving average. We'll see if it actually ends up breaking above it. It's a little bit more clear to see on the 1 hour time frame, but we can see that we have the potential to pull back to just like we did last time, right? We pushed up, we became very overbought, very easy to see with this RSI indicator. We retraced back to the moving average. So the great thing about this is, why would I wait for this thing to pull back? Well, if we wait for it to pull back, validate the support, then we can make money on the recovery, right? So we want there to be great upside margin when we choose to buy something. So yes, it would be great. It doesn't have to pull all the way back to the moving average. It could break back above the EMA and then continue to rally. Great, that's confirmation. You can choose to get in there. Or it could pull back down to the moving average, much more margin there. We wait for those 3 stages of a reversal. Again, our Learn Plan Profit group, you guys should know exactly what I'm talking about. Rejection, consolidation, and then confirmation. Wait for confirmation, average up into the position, and then lock in profits at previous highs and or leave some money in the market for it to continue to run. So NVDA, very popular stock. Let's go ahead and break this one down. So NVIDIA approaching previous lows at $200. I'm actually really happy that you brought this one up. This one's solid right now. Do you guys see this? For the past, 3-4 months, we've been finding a support, right? We always say this, patterns tend to repeat themselves. They do not always have to. If I were to ask you, where is NVIDIA's current support range? I think it's pretty safe to say that, when it sold off, it bounced here, it recovered. Bounced here, recovered. Bounced here, recovered. We are retesting that support level. When I say this of patterns tend to repeat themselves, they don't always have to. It's not guaranteed that we're going to bounce here, that we're going to hold. We could break below $200 this time, but this is great because it's cheap. We can pay attention, right? We can set our alert. And if all of a sudden this thing begins to indicate signs of an uptrend, then great. We're still at a cheap price point. Let's go ahead and see what the upside potential is based off previous highs. 30%, not bad. Again, it's all dependent on your risk to reward ratio. Does it meet your criteria? Did we wait for confirmation? This is like the 3 stages of a reversal. Rejection, we wait for consolidation, and then we wait for the break above the EMA, and that's the confirmation. Then that's when we can follow up and step on the gas. I think that this is a great setup, but it doesn't have to recover. So this is why we set alerts on both sides for the break above and the break below. It's not that we need it to recover. If it does, I can choose to trade it. And if it doesn't, then I don't care, right? Because I'm not going to jump into it without that confirmation. That's the idea of discipline and structure. Buying when it makes sense, not just because you can. There's a big difference. Anytime that you can do something, you should really begin to ask yourself why you're doing it. So I would love to follow up with NVIDIA. Out of all the stocks we've broken down so far, this would have to be my favorite trade setup that we've broken down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to do 2 more breakdowns. 2 more breakdowns. If you guys want me to break down your stock, smash that like button and make sure that you share it in the live chat. All right, so we got Leo Martinez. What's going on, my guy? So Leo Martinez is asking me to break down Tesla. I don't know how many of you guys would like me to break this one down, but what is happening right now? Well, the NASDAQ market is dropping. And again, as the NASDAQ market drops, so will Tesla. This is one thing that you must understand. It's not always and it's not guaranteed, but Tesla's considered a tech stock to some degree. Yeah, it's an automotive maker, but again, it does have an influence on not only the S&P 500, but of course the NASDAQ. And with that being said, as of right now, yes, we're trading below the EMA line. Yes, it's cheap, but the NASDAQ market is in the red. And the more that the NASDAQ market is in the red, it will most likely drag Tesla down with it. It's about market sentiment. It's not just about the market, right? This is the downside of stocks being publicly traded. They get influenced by overall market sentiment. So if the market's bullish, it helps the stock. If the market sentiment is bearish, meaning that it's selling off, then it's unfortunate for the stock. It's easier for the stock to continue to slide. It's not going to be a surprise if we hit the low $900 price, the low 900s for Tesla. I would love to follow up with it. I think, especially as we approach closer to the moving average right around 930, I would love to add more to my position, but I'm not overcomplicating my swing trades nor my long-term investments. My intention is not to sell anytime soon. So if it sells off, I view it as a dip buy opportunity, but that's my intention. Just because I see value in something does not mean that you should as well, right? I'm not going to be like other YouTubers where I think that my opinion is better than yours or what I invest in is better than you, right? At the end of the day, we're all adults. I'm here to encourage you to look out for yourself, do the best for your future self. So again, it's not just asking yourself, what is the best for me now, but also what's the best for me in the future. And I think that's a great way to kind of look at the market in a very level-headed way. And I hope that you can appreciate that. So let's go ahead and I'll do 2 more breakdowns. How about that? 2 more breakdowns. If you guys want me to break down your stock, make sure you share it in the live chat. Let's see it. DJ, what's going on, my guy? What's up? What's up? I want to see who posts this in the ticker call out format. Let's see if anyone takes time to post it in the ticker call out format. So UPST, so Upstart. So that's going to be one, but I'm going to do one more breakdown. What's going to be the one after Upstart? Upstart, very bearish, consistently selling off. And yes, although it might have great growth potential, as of right now, it's still selling off. Direction is not in our favor. It doesn't matter how great the company might be trying to do. It's not following through with its performance. It's super bearish. There's no reason for me to overcomplicate it. Yes, it has great upside potential, but right now it's trading at $82 and it used to trade at $400. You need to understand that, hey, there's so much margin up here. I don't need to be a perfect trader. That's not real, right? That's not realistic. Set an alert, and if it begins to recover, I would love to buy. I don't care. I'll buy at $200. I'll buy at $250. I want to buy when direction is in my favor. I want to buy when it's actively indicating signs of an uptrend. And I think that you guys would agree, right? If you want to buy now, just watch your position size. It's going to be unfortunate if it continues to sell off, but it's very easy to see that it's definitely still bearish. So we got AC, all right. AC and then AA I think was shared by Justin. So I'll go ahead and break those down. So no, I think you were trying to ask me to do Air Canada, but the ticker for Air Canada I do not believe is AC. So what's AA? I've done this breakdown before. Very consistent, very bullish. Justin, I like the way that you have your watch list set up. I really do. Very consistent, very bullish. It's not that it's the most, impressive, huge ROI potential. It's just consistent, it's reliable, and people might be looking at this and be like, oh, that's boring. But guess what? How much have you been struggling to grow your account as the market's been pulling back? with all those very innovative companies, right? Sometimes consistent can outweigh any of those innovative companies when they're not performing the best, right? When consistency and direction are not there, then it becomes much more difficult. So sometimes keeping it simple is ideal. I like this one, AA. I look at this one pretty often when I try to type in American Airlines, and then this thing ends up popping up. I love how it's been performing for the past year. Very consistent, very reliable, very bullish. It looks like it's been retesting the EMA line, and it just continues and continues to make higher highs and higher lows. I think that this is based off of its performance, I think it's a great stock. As of right now, based off of recent patterns, looks like it might be a little bit more at a resistance level based off the moving average, but we'll see. I would set an alert for the break above or break below and see if honestly, almost for the past, 2 weeks, it looks like it's been kind of struggling. Maybe it's hitting a little rut, a little bit more at that resistance level. So we haven't been making much progress when it comes down to that. So maybe we're getting ready to pull on back. I'm trying to see. Maybe we're getting ready to retrace back to the moving average. So just look out for that. I'll do one more breakdown just because that other one was not ready. So we got, I'll do that one. So TTD. So I think that's Trade Desk, right? Oh, that's the wrong one. Yeah, Trade Desk. Alrighty. So Trade Desk, definitely not as consistent, definitely not as reliable. Lower highs, lower lows. No full direction in our favor. This one's a little bit more inconsistent in the way that it's trading, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just asking yourself, are you making your trading more complicated by focusing on stocks that are not trading as consistent? Direction is not in your favor. It's selling off. You guys can see the lower highs, right? Lower highs and lower lows. It's just, you're making it more difficult for yourself. Yes, you might be hoping that it recovers, but hope is not something that you want to work with when it comes down to the market. I can hope that a stock does anything. I can dream for it. But that doesn't mean anything, right? Let the charts do the talking. Let their reports, let their fundamentals do the talking. Right now, as of right now, you guys can see lower highs, lower lows. It's not looking good as of right now. And we can set an alert. Maybe when it begins to at least trade sideways or begins to indicate more signs of an uptrend, we can follow up with it. But as of right now, it just does not look like something I would personally want to partake in myself. So, that's really just it. One of the last things that I quickly wanted to talk about is a big focus for this upcoming week. Of course, Justin, I appreciate you tuning on in. I just wanted to say a couple last minute reminders. This week and the weeks that follow, last week was one of the first weeks, it's earnings. A lot of companies are going to be reporting earnings. Netflix is reporting earnings. If you're new to trading, you need to understand that this influences the market pretty significantly. And if you are unaware of that, maybe sitting on the sidelines before you just jump into any stock and hoping that earnings is in your favor right now is probably not the best time. I don't want to hold you back from doing anything that you want to. So if you think that you're informed enough to take advantage of an opportunity, do it, right? You're an adult. You take care of that. But if you are new to trading and you really want to take it seriously with structure and implement discipline, and this is your first time ever experiencing an earnings season, this is when companies report their quarterly earnings, and depending if they meet or exceed their expectation, the stock will either rise or it will tank. An example, Facebook reported earnings last quarter, and it was the biggest drop in the stock market's history. It dropped 20% and it lost $220 billion. Think about that. That's Facebook. Right now is not a time to mess around when it comes down to that. You need to understand that sometimes playing it safe and staying cash, it's not just maybe the safe play, but it could also be a very smart play, especially if you're trying to take trading seriously. If you're trying to focus on what's important, and that's learning how to trade. I'm just trying to look out for you. I hope that you guys can see that. If you guys want to jump into it, be my guest. But I just want to make sure that I know that I try to do my part in looking out for our beginner traders. So again, friendly reminder, when it comes down to our Easter Sunday sale, right? So we have $100 off the Learn, Plan, Profit lesson library. If you want to be able to watch me trade live every single day, if you want to be able to message me every single day, if you want access to our private Discord group, if you want access to the A to Z beginner lesson library, and if you want access to my trading HQ, this is all available. It's all inclusive. Learn, Plan, Profit 2.0. It's a one-time payment and you have lifetime access. I don't charge monthly recurring payments, nothing like that. One time, and today it's $100 off. Do you need to sign up to learn how to trade? No. Can you learn how to trade on your own? 100%. The question for you is, by you learning how to trade on your own, not only will it take more time, but how much money will you lose in the process until you actually learn? So if you think that you deal better with structure and having me and being able to watch me trade live every single day, and if that would be a value for you, then we offer Learn, Plan, Profit 2.0. If you don't think that you would benefit from being able to watch me trade live every morning, then again, you don't have to sign up, right? I just want you to know that's an available resource for those that see value in it. If you want to learn a little bit more about it, again, today for the Easter weekend, it's $100 off, and that's that second link in the description. So I really do appreciate you guys' time. I hope that I earned your thumbs up. Friendly reminder, the fourth link, Shop Tech Buds, every order gets a free t-shirt. So if you want one of the new tees, if you buy a mouse pad, if you buy a flag, if you buy anything, you can buy a t-shirt and add another t-shirt and you get it for free. Every order today, it ends today at shoptechbuds.com. Just add your favorite tee to your order and you'll get it for free automatically at checkout. I appreciate you guys' time. Hope and wish you guys an amazing Easter Sunday. For my Learn, Plan, Profit team, I will see you guys tomorrow at Market Open for my live trading session. So make sure that if you're choosing to join our team, that you set your alarm for Market Open, because that's exactly when it is that we go live. Everything when it comes down to instructions on how you can watch me trade live is within the first section of the Learn, Plan, Profit lesson library. I appreciate you guys' time. Hope and wish you guys an amazing rest of your day. And like always, let's make sure that we end the